Now, ABC 7 News at noon. On your side.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, breaking the case, how a woman found chained up in South Carolina led investigators to the culprit in a quadruple murder years ago. Plus a scare on stage for the Republican presidential candidate. What the man who started it has to say about what happened. And this is a drill, only a drill, where Metro is practicing for an emergency today. Good afternoon, I'm Ciara Cione. It's Sunday, November 6th. On this date, 21 years ago, Art Modell announced that he was moving the Cleveland Browns back to Baltimore. The Ravens play at home today in about an hour. The Redskins have a bye this week. Let's check in with Stormwatch 7 meteorologist Alex Liggett for your game day forecast. We're keeping a close eye on a developing story in South Carolina today, where a man has confessed to killing at least 7 people in a crime spree that lasted more than a decade. Todd Copel was denied bond about 15 minutes ago. The Spartanburg County Sheriff's Department posted on its website earlier this morning that Copel is being charged with 4 counts of murder and 1 of kidnapping. As Ava Pilgrim reports, the case came together after a woman was found chained on Copel's property in Woodruff.
Overnight, the man accused of kidnapping and chaining up a South Carolina woman now dropping a bombshell on investigators, allegedly confessing to multiple murders.
This is a pretty big deal.
A man is in critical condition after being hit by an SUV late last night. It happened at Landover Road and Dodge Park Road in Landover. The driver of the SUV did stay on the scene. Police are still investigating exactly what happened in this case. In Vote 2016, commotion at a Donald Trump rally in Las Vegas forces Secret Service to rush the Republican presidential nominee off the stage. Police tackled a man in the audience. Austin Kreitz was released a short time later and says he is a Republican who was just holding up a sign that read, "Republicans against Trump." There's been some speculation on both sides this morning that Austin Kreitz may have been a political plant. But on Good Morning America, Kreitz said he is just a Republican who wanted to express his displeasure for the party's nominee.
And were you paid, enticed, or encouraged by a political party or by a person to attend that rally?
No, not at all. I'm an independent guy, just doing what I believe is right.
Kreitz says he took part in early voting and cast his ballot for Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump is scheduled to be in Leesburg tonight. We'll have a reporter at that rally, and we'll tell you what happens tonight starting at 10. Donald Trump's run to the Republican nomination has been unlike anything seen in American politics. Karen Caifa looks back at the billionaire businessman's unconventional venture to Republican presidential nominee.
He started with a descent on the escalator at his eponymous Manhattan Tower, and his political fortunes only went up despite nearly constant controversy.
When Mexico sends its...
Coming up in a few minutes, we'll take a look at Hillary Clinton's campaign over the last year and how we got here on the Democratic side. And stay with the News Channel 8 and ABC 7 team for complete coverage of Vote 2016. We'll have crews all across our area Tuesday and reporters with the Trump and Clinton campaigns in New York. But first, an update after that massive pipeline explosion in Alabama that sent a ripple through gas prices around the country. A lawsuit challenges the new rules regarding fetal remains that is being implemented in Texas. We've got the story for you.
Former presidential nominee Hillary Clinton says fake news unfairly tipped the scales this election cycle. We'll tell you more about her return to Capitol Hill up next.
Snow and icy conditions are heading to the East Coast. Could your holiday travel plans be affected? We'll have the report when we come back.
A recent CIA report detailing Russian involvement in the 2016 election has brought into question the legitimacy of this election. Find out what the Clinton campaign says about the report after the break. Good evening and welcome to Maryland Newsline Monday. I'm Shane Raphael.
And I'm Ciara Cione. But we begin tonight with growing alarm about Russian efforts to influence the presidential election. The CIA has concluded Russia mounted a covert intelligence operation to help President-elect Trump win the election. Trump called the possibility of Russian meddling ridiculous. During the campaign, Trump praised Russian President Vladimir Putin and has signaled he wants a warmer relationship with the Russian leader.
The charges of Russian involvement have been unsettling enough to bring both Republican and Democratic senators to call for a bipartisan cybersecurity investigation. At the same time, several Republican senators raised concerns about Trump's likely nomination for Secretary of State, ExxonMobil's chief of executive Rex Tillerson, due to his ties with Vladimir Putin.
Jessica Lynn got the chance to chat with student activist and double major Danielle Gillis, who shared some details about her plans for the future. What do you have for us, Jessica Lynn?
Thank you, Ciara. That's right. I had the great opportunity to speak with student Danielle Gillis, and let me tell you, that girl has a strong head on her shoulders. Not only is she a student activist on campus who recently participated in a student walkout called Protect UMD, which also received a lot of media coverage, she's double majoring in both English and journalism. She expressed to me that she's working really hard in her classes to eventually pursue a career in producing. I think we're going to see great things from Danielle in the future. Back to you in the studio.
Live from College Park, we have our own Catalina Mejia as she recaps her latest interview with Ciara Cione on Coffee with Catalina. Catalina?
Thanks, guys. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Ciara Cione, senior broadcast journalism major, last week to discuss several aspects of her life, including the fact that her dream job is to be the next Today Show host. In preparation for this, her interest of journalism stems back to her childhood years as she watched the Today Show during breakfast and at the dinner table when she wanted to be the one to share current news with her family. As she prepares to graduate next semester, she has an internship with ABC7's Let's Talk Live, where she has done several tasks to set her up to be the personable and compassionate journalist she wishes to be remembered as. Best of luck with everything, Ciara. Ciara, back to you in the studio.
Who's been nominated for the 2017 Golden Globes? We've got the list of snubs and surprises after the break.
And Trump selects his Secretary of State. Find out which oil tycoon will be our lead diplomat up next.
A first-generation college student with the big dream of anchoring NBC Nightly News. Maryland Newsline's Ciara Cione has the story. Ciara?
Thanks, ladies. Last week, I had the opportunity to speak with Jasmine Pelez, a senior broadcast journalism student at the University of Maryland. She's the first member of her family to attend college and says her parents inspire her to continue her education. She's been accepted to the CNS Broadcast Bureau for next semester, an award-winning capstone at Merrill College that she hopes will prepare her for a real reporting job. After graduation in May, she hopes to get a reporting job locally on the East Coast and hopes it'll lead her to a spot anchoring for NBC Nightly News. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ciara.